It was night time. Everyone was asleep. Except for Marshall. He stayed awake crying silently. He was trying to control himself. He couldn't let the monster out. As he huddled in the corner, he felt his evil self starting to take over. "Don't worry, Marshall. Soon your friends will be dead and you won't have to worry about me anymore," it said. "And no. No. Stay away from them," Marshall sobbed. The evil Marshall grinned wickedly at him. "You can't control me. No one can. I will be unstoppable," he cried. "I won't. I can't." Marshall continued sobbing. "As I said before, it will be over soon. Don't cry, rejoice. Rejoice that your friends will be in a better place now. Don't worry, I'm not going to kill them all in one night. I will take them on one by one. And one by one they will fall," evil Marshall told him. "Now get your rest, I strike first, tomorrow," it said. Marshall put his head on his paws and sobbed more while the evil Marshall disappears like it was made of dust. The next morning, Nicholas was waking up in the tree house. Nicholas yawns and climbs down the treehouse ladder. What should I do?" Nicholas saw a flash speed by him. "Who's there?" Reaching for his pistol. "I will go take this guy down first, since he's the tough one, he. Nicholas looks around, but before he can do anything else, a knife flies into the back of his heart, making his heart pop. Nicholas falls to the ground and loses all life in his body. He, no one will know. Evil Marshall drags Nicholas and hides him secretly in a thick bush. 3 hours later, Shasta was just getting back from running her deliveries when she smelled something foul. Ugh! What is that? She wondered. She followed her nose to a little clearing. Her eyes widened as she took in the scene in front of her. "Ah!" she screamed, horrified. Sarah, Chase, Shooter, and all the other pups came running. "What's wrong, Shasta?" Everest called. Shasta just pointed a shaky paw at the bloody body that once was the pup Nicholas. They all cried. Marshall sniffed in his pup house. "It's all my fault. All my fault," he muttered. Sky heard this and walked into his pup house. "It's not your fault," the cockapoo told him. Marshall looked at her. His eyes were red from crying. "Why yes it is," Marshall insisted. Sky sighed and hugged him. "No, it's no," gasped Sky's eyes widened and blood dropped from her mouth. Marshall screamed and ran out of his pup house. "Help! Help! Help!" he screamed. Chase and Shooter raced towards him. "What is it?" they asked. Marshall took them to Sky. Chase put an ear to her chest. He started to sob. "She's dead," he cried. He glared at Marshall. "Why didn't you help her? You are a medic/firefighter pup. You should have known what to do. What was she even doing in your pup house?" Chase cried. Shooter looked at Marshall with disgust. I didn't," he started, but then he turned and ran out of the pup house.